Yo, what is up, Blood Fam? Let's go. Got a Friday night college football playoff premiere. And look at my scoreboard. What did I do to that? Oh, that's scary. That's even worse. If I had my way about it, this is exactly how I would have envisioned this season turning out for my Indiana Hoosiers. And the answer to that question is absolutely not. What a remarkable season under a new head coach. What a great way to start a new era for Indiana football, which we never talk about. We've never talked about in here over the course of the 3 or 4 years that we've been here. There's something brewing in Bloomington on the football side that, let me get this fixed because I don't like it at all. There's something brewing on the football side by the likes that we've never seen. And there's a new energy, a new stigma, and it's telling us as fans of the university that everything is going to be okay. And what a great opportunity tonight to go into Notre Dame and play the Fighting Irish, an in-state team, a perennial powerhouse, and get the opportunity to put Indiana football on the proverbial college football map and open up all kinds of doors going forward. It's remarkable to me to think that they came this far in one season, but it's pretty amazing. And you know what? I'm gonna flip through the comments here and listen to some of the hate, but let's just get it right really fast. The hate starts, Puppet, this game sucks. Yeah, okay. Adam's like, let's go. Woo. There you go. Got a 4K bonus today, and everyone gets 2 weeks off of vacation. Life is great starting tomorrow. 4K bonus is hot, dude. Puppet, congratulations. You know what? Even you can't bring me down today. Not one little bit, and that is awesome for you. 4K bonus is that's an amazing amount of money for anybody. Congratulations. I hope you enjoy it. You would not do in the ACC, pal. That remains to be seen. I completely disagree wholeheartedly. All I saw in the ACC this year was consistent inconsistency, and that came from all the teams there. And your buddy Bill will take care of that inconsistency next year. Let's see. Man, you're just too crazy. You just got that hate in your blood, bro, and I don't understand it. I've never understood it, but that's okay. You're allowed your opinion. But we'll see. What's up, Ryan? Good to see you. Hope all is well with you, my friend. Man, this is a good day. This is a good day for Indiana sports, period. College football playoff means that you have made it somewhere, at least into a certain amount of people's minds, the upper echelon of the sport. And hello, Derby. It's nice to see you. Yeah, Ryan, college football is very much different from the NFL because where there's good players, there's good, but there's also each team, the bottom half of that team is not necessarily 5-star, 4-star. And then with this Indiana Hoosier team, I only think there's only 1 4-star on it. So maybe 2. But it's more about the excellent and then the coaching. And that's what it really boils down to a lot of. And that is you got to have the top recruits in college football for the most part. You do have certain coaches that can get the most out of players and get them ready to go. And we've seen that with specific teams. Mainly right now, it looks like it's just mainly the SEC that really has dominated that front for the years. And it is what it is. But, that's the deal with this Coach Cignetti. He's one of those guys, man, he's just one of those guys that knew that the mindset here was so miserable and so bad that he just came in and said, listen, everybody's crap. We're going to win. And that's what I do. And I think he set the tone that he wasn't going to take this, kind of banter that this is a second-rate program, which it's been operated like a second-rate program for over the years. And he come in and he did a really good job. He brought a lot of his kids from James Madison, and it was all about mindset. And in this rank here today, Philip, I'm with you. I hope it's a good game. And you know what? Notre Dame, I think Notre Dame should be a 3-seed ranking third in the nation. I would agree under one condition is that, they don't belong to a conference. And I think that should be a necessity. I mean, it's a necessity for the top 4 seeds. So you have to win your conference. So I think the highest seed they could have attained should have been a 6 or a 5. What is that? Top 6. But, I mean, that's just it. You get to pick. That's the only difference. And you know what? I really believe, and I know Adam will probably say it's a fact, they should have gone with basketball and went straight to the ACC. I mean, that would be the ideal fit for them right now. As far as it goes, I don't know that that's ever going to happen or anything like that, but it will be it'll be a task. But you know what? They played their independent and they got close to. So I'm guessing. Let's see. The Clemson's the 12, so that's 5. They could have only been 1 seed higher. So, one seed higher is as high as they could have overcome. And Penn State deservedly lost in the Big Ten championship, and they lost to Ohio State. So I think that's fair. Well, I mean, that's how they set it up. They set it up that the conference champions, that's how they designed the playoff. That's the rule. I'm assuming that that's basically what it boils down to. The top 5 conference champions get automatic bids. Top 4 get buys. And then the 5 and the 12, I guess they dropped Clemson in at the 12. But yeah, it's just, I agree. I think teams shouldn't be able to bounce around different conferences for basketball and football. It confuses everybody. What's up, Rick? Rick Farmer's in the house. How are you doing, my friend? And I think that the way they set it up this year, and now they could adjust it. I mean, this could switch. It could move. They can move this thing around a little bit. But as a whole, I think Indiana should be pretty proud of what they accomplished. As far as, like they're showing on the screen here right now, rushing defense, that's the one thing that they actually excelled at. They've got 3 guys on that front line. I think 2 of them made all Big Ten, and I think they got 3 or 4 guys there that are really good at stopping the run and making teams go over the top. I think that's going to be the kicker. This game today is going to be ugly. They knew Notre Dame was an independent. Well, I get it. How many other independents are left out there, by the way? I don't even know. Notre Dame and the ACC would give the ACC another merited opponent and would help all teams there. UConn's football, I mean, I like I said, there's not a Big East in football, is there? Because I don't ever really see that play out. Or is there? Born in South Bend, hate Notre Dame. There you go. Listen, I don't hate Notre Dame either. Look, I'm not a hater of any sorts. So when you get this out here today, I'm proud as being born in the state of Indiana. I'm proud for my Hoosiers, and I'm proud for the state. So he's a dad. He's a plane. It's Shane. What's up, Steve? How are you doing? Real excited to see how this plays out. If Notre Dame wins today, I will probably be rooting for them against Georgia. Not going to lie. I want to see teams in my area do really well. Hey, John, not a hater, bro. I don't hate on anybody. I only get kind of I get a little snickety when people just are a little over the top pushing a narrative. No, Puppets, you don't hate on everybody. You don't hate on anybody, sir. You hate on everything. I don't like Ohio State, but I'm straight up going to tell you that I want the Big Ten to win the national championship every single year in every single sport. You gotta love you. You gotta want it to stay in your conference. What's up, Miss Mary? How are you doing, my dear? Good to see you today. You're a Notre Dame fan. Well, you're an antagonist too. Listen, I'm going to have a blast in here regardless. The good news is I got plenty of people in here in blue. So when the true hate comes in and starts throwing their, because I'm probably going to do more than one of these games for sure. When the true hate starts showing up, I've never seen hate like Ohio State and Alabama a few years back, Georgia and Ohio State. That is a different brand of a different brand. I didn't even know Notre Dame was a team. Thought they retired in the 60s. You know what? Notre Dame is a pretty proud tradition, and it dates back, and it's one of the elite schools in college football. However, it doesn't get credit because it is an independent. They don't put themselves in the situation. And I want to talk about them for just a second. That loss at the beginning of the season, I really thought that damned them for the whole year. And then they come back and win every game afterwards. I guess if we're talking about that, I want to look a little bit before we get started here today, because that first loss. Oh, I'm sorry. It was the second game of the season. They lost to Northern Illinois 16-14. They played at Purdue this year, at Purdue, and won about the similar that Indiana did. They played Miami of Ohio. They beat Louisville at home. They beat Stanford by a whopping margin. Beat Georgia Tech. That's another pretty decent football team, although very inconsistent. They beat Navy, Florida State, West Virginia, Army, and USC. And USC put up 35 on them. I like the Oh, for sure. That loss was an eye opener, because if you open the season and you go to Texas A&M and you go to College Station and get a win by double digits, that's a pretty eye opening event. Notre Dame just won the toss, just so we know, and they're going to be wearing the home dark and gold helmets. Indiana's going to be in the white uniform with the red helmet. And that's a pretty big statement. I mean, going to an SEC, and they had a pretty good schedule this year. They played some really good teams, but we're just going to figure it out today. And I don't hate Notre Dame, and if Indiana loses tonight, I will probably be rooting for them against Georgia. Not going to lie. Notre Dame in the Big Ten is what I'll be rooting for henceforth. But we're getting ready to start. I want to thank you all for hanging out tonight. Hopefully we'll get an appearance from the mysterious Miss Alex at some point. I'm sure she is ready to rock. What is up, Colin, my bro? Heavy metal. Let's go. See, Colin's not a hater. Colin's a University of Louisville fan. But you know what? Today he knows where it's at. And I don't necessarily think that he's in here at least supporting me. That's the point. It's what friends do, right? Oh, I'm sure we'll run into each other, Miss Mary. Let me know if you need anything, okay, my dear? Well, I mean, I don't think Notre Dame ruined Duke football. I think something within the program of Duke football is ruining Duke football. it's one of those things because it's just people want to play for Notre Dame. Nobody wants to play at Indiana. We are the decided underdog today, and we are going to get the ball first. I mean, this was a great year for Duke. You know, this deal with NIL and the transfer portal is ruining college sports. Yeah, it's just about I think it's about locking in the right guy. And Indiana's banked on Cignetti. We'll see. The kickoff is up and away. It's going to be fielded at the 5-yard line, and it'll be fair caught. I love, dude, I was in Bloomington for a year and a half. 1991 to 93. What years were you there, Philip? All right, well, this is the question. Both of these defenses are supposed to be pretty tough. We're playing on the road today. Let's see what they have drawn up. Bloomington's nice. Definitely in the spring. It's a beautiful place. 1st and 10. There's the snap, and that's going to be blown up in the backfield, and Ellison's going to lose 2.5 on that. And Notre Dame comes right out knowing that they're going to try to run the ball and gets a nice stop there. That'll make it 2nd down and about 12. Make it 13. All right, Rourke's in the gun. Back to pass, looking. Here comes pressure. It's going to let it go down the sideline. That's going to be, oh, my God. I guess uncatchable because he got yanked, but we don't worry about that stuff right away. And that is Williams, I believe, or Cooper Jr. that was on the intended end of that, and he is going to go off the field. It's possible, bro. I was around. I was everywhere. I was drinking a lot then. All right, 3rd down and 13, and they're going to go conservative. No, they go play action, and that ball is going to be incomplete. Intended receiver was cutting across the middle there, and not what you want to see in your college football debut for the playoff is a 3 and out, but it is what it is. Take one rule from college to the NFL. I kind of like the college overtime puppet. I'm not going to lie. And it would really mess up fantasy. Punt is away. Special teams, 2 possessions is what cost Indiana against the Ohio State game. 2 touchdowns there in the middle half of the game that really set the tone for the whole game when it was 7-7. So they get that one off. And here we go. Riley Leonard, I'm sure, is Adam's favorite player in the world. 10-0 since the loss to Northern Illinois. 241 yards per game. 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions or turnovers, however they rank it in college. And this is going to tell the tale as if Indiana's defense can stop Notre Dame. Adam says he's a system quarterback. We shall see how it's going to play out today. 1st and 10. They're going to set handoff. He's going to try to go through the middle, and that'll be a 2-yard loss on 1st down as Indiana got good penetration. And that is West making the tackle. This front line of Indiana has been pretty good on defense. It's been one of their strong suits. Oh, we got bots for college too? Man, Adam, you got something to do. 2nd down and 11. They only credit him with a 1-yard loss. Leonard's back to pass, looking downfield. Pressure. It's tipped up in the air, and it's picked off by Indiana. D-line gets their hand on the ball, and Indiana gets the first turnover of the game, and they will be in positive territory. Yes, sir. Yeah, the thing is that for college, there's always those hijacked YouTube channels that play the games. What an amazing effort right there. What I consider, and that's by Carpenter, who got his hand on the ball. Indiana's defensive line is probably the best part of this team. Gets the hand on the ball and creates a turnover. First play, or first passing down for Riley Leonard. And that's just one of those things. Turnovers usually decide games. I don't know how much in college as opposed to an NFL, but it's a big part. And there's the running play, and that is the first positive yardage play for Indiana, and that will be Tyson Lawton. He's going to get about 4 yards from scrimmage, but there is yellow on the floor on the flag play. And that one will be coming back. Philip, they showed like 2 in one section where they were hugging after the turnover. After that, I don't see many. They did a pretty good job of keeping them tickets with the blue and gold. First and 20. You know, they're going to have to find something to get Surratt involved in this game, the number 1 receiver for Indiana, as he's got one-on-one at the bottom right now. They got a man in motion, and they're going to stick with the run. There goes Lawton, and he'll get about 3 yards on first down. Notre Dame did a really good job of controlling their tickets, it looks like. That's another decided disadvantage is playing on the road today, especially in the cold. South Bend, Indiana. It's definitely weighted against my Hoosiers today, that's for sure. But I look forward to seeing them play. I see some red in the stands. There's the snap, handoff. They're going to go with the run play again, and Lawton is going to get another 3 yards on 2nd down. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 14. What's up, Ringo? How you doing? Thank you for stopping by. If you don't mind smashing that love button, I appreciate that. I've been told that they're going to make some real changes to the sports side of this, so I'm really curious to what next year is going to bring, but I love the interactions. Anybody that stops by, say hello. I want to chit-chat, make it very vocal in here. It's going to be 3rd and 14. Surratt's back, or Rourke's back to pass. He's going to let it go deep down the sideline, and Surratt is held, but he still comes down with the ball. There is no flag on the play, but he still makes the catch as they were holding his arm. These side judges can't see, obviously. Let's look again to make sure I'm not crazy. He has got his arm the whole way. And let's go at the last second. 1st and 10, ball's at the 18. Rourke's back to pass, fires it over the middle, and that is picked. Overthrows his receiver, and it's going to be picked off at the 2. And they tit for tat. Oh, there was PI on the first one. They're just not calling it so far. And then Rourke makes a throw over the middle here. Let's see. Pretty good throw, but he threw it into basically a double coverage with a safety behind it. And that's how we start. Both of these quarterbacks had less than 5 turnovers or right around 5 turnovers total for the season, and they make a mistake in the first 2 minutes of the game. Yeah, I definitely would have been a run. Yeah, okay. That's just it. You get a big play, you go back to the run game, because that's where the game is going to be won or lost inevitably. Whoever can run the ball first. College football I don't want to say it's a little simpler, but it really keeping the defense on its toes is the main goal of it. And you know what? They got two really good running backs, and actually they got three. I think the third one's hurt. And I don't know what Notre Dame has per se at the run game. But the good news is it's just like we played a drive and a punt, and now we're back to that punt again. Looky there, bots. Thank you, Adam. Much appreciated. The Persimmon Bowl. You know, speaking of persimmons, I remember when I was a kid, my stepdad was a big-time cook. Thanks, Adam. I appreciate it. But I remember eating persimmon pudding as a kid, man. And that's one of those things that I haven't had in such a long time. It reminds me of the past. I didn't think anything about it until you said Persimmon Bowl. Hadn't thought about it in years. Oh, goodness. Man, this is going to fill me full of anxiety today. So let's see. What are you looking at? He sees the middle open. He sees it open, and then they read his eyes. The linebacker comes back into coverage. The throw is overdone, and the one deep safety makes the play. All right. Let's make the best out of a situation. Let's try to get that ball back quickly. Notre Dame is in the gun. They're all lined up for the run play. They're going to hand it off, and he's going to break it and get to the outside, and that is a big run. He's going to go. Oh, my God, he's at the 50, all the way down the field. 30, 20, 10, 5, and touchdown. That is 98 yards. And that is Jeremiah Love with the 98-yard run. And they lined up for the run, and nobody clogged the hole. Watch it again. Points off turnovers is usually huge. All right, they are set for the extra point, and it's up, and it is straight, and it is good. Notre Dame gets the first 7 of the day. And let's see what broke down on this here. Oh. Just the left guard and left tackle for Notre Dame doing a tremendous job cleaning out that end. And once he got past the linebackers, the safeties weren't close enough, and he was gone. Ties the longest TD in school history. Curtis Rourke knows that he made a mistake. And it's just like that in these games. Turnovers are the devil. Momentum is everything. All right, kick is away. And he's going to fair catch it from the 6. I think he got a carry in the first carry of the game. We'll see. Yeah, that was his second carry. The first carry was -1. It was the same run play, ironically, off left tackle. All right, they're going to go handoff, and that hole clogs immediately, and Ellison has nowhere to go, and he's going to lose a yard. All right, it is going to be 2nd and 12. You've got it. You might have to consider going to a pass play on first down here just to not get behind the 8 ball. They're going to hand it again. No, yeah, Ellison's got room, and he's going to get out, and he'll gain 10 yards on that play, and it'll bring 3rd and 2. Yeah, that's it. I mean, man, when I was going through this game, what I saw was that I thought our D-line was going to be able to hold up against the run. That was a really good play, and it was the second time they ran the same play on first down. And that time it broke, but I wanted to see him throwing the ball. 3rd down and 2. Notre Dame's loading the box. They're going to go play. Oh, he hands it off, and there's a first down run by Ellison as he makes a nice cut and gets the first down +4. I think, the one thing you want to do in a game like this is you need to sustain a drive. You need to get the other quarterback on the bench and let him sit and watch for a little while. Ball control is very important. Not letting this game get to 2 scores is very important for this Indiana team. They're not a team that looks like they're built to come back. 1st and 10, ball's at the 39. They're going to go back to, oh my gosh. They aim for Surratt on the quick slant, and it's tipped, and it falls down behind him, and that was definitely a little bit of a hard throw there. I think he's trying to put a little extra mustard on it today, and that ball being cold, it may not be the best idea. Second and 10. 3 wideouts. They're going to go handoff. He's going to big lane. That's a first down and more. He's all the way inside down to the 32-yard line. That is Tyson Lawton, and he breaks a big one for Indiana. They are not going to try to get away from this run game. And that is and when you're in the run game, you do not let sack artists like Notre Dame has get a chance to rush your quarterback. So you're protecting your QB. Being able to run is huge in college football. There is another play up the middle. They go right up the gut for less than a yard. Okay, I'm not sold 100% yet that that's the case, that they're the better team. I feel like I'm not sure what I feel. I'm still on pins and needles because, but they played a really good game against Michigan, and Michigan has all 5-star players, so 4 and 5-star players. I felt pretty good about that. There's a handoff again, and he's going to be stopped this time again as they bring the safety up this time. I think that's on the quarterback a little bit there to read what's happening at the line. Here we go. Back to pass. Here comes pressure. Fires it over the middle. And that is over the head of Surratt. And that is incomplete. And that is going to bring up a 4th and 8. Now, whether it's the defense intensity so far by Notre Dame, but the offense looks a little out of rhythm. And Indiana is going to send out their punter. They're going to try to pin them deep again. And we saw how that turned out last time. They were just a few spots away from being in field goal range. Man, what an opportunity to run a fake if you got one. Kicks it for the sidelines, and that's going to go out of bounds. And that is a god-awful punt. That's going to get them up around the 20-yard line. Nope, around the 17. I think Notre Dame can beat Ohio State. I think that might be a very evenly matched game because both teams seem to be the same team. But what we're seeing here is we're seeing the fact that if your quarterback doesn't come out and play well, you've got to have both sides of the game. And so far, Leonard's 0 for 1 with an interception. Rourke is 1 for 6, 28 yards and a pick. Not great starts by the quarterback. I was sitting here trying to think who I feel has the best quarterback for these, and I'm guessing Oregon. I like Dylan Gabriel, but I think he's hitting his peak in college. I don't think he'll have as much success in the NFL. And Georgia's going at it with a backup quarterback, so I don't know that Georgia makes it past the winner of this game, honestly. They may be better with that second string quarterback. But Beck has struggled this year. You know who I like in this playoff as quarterback? And I've been saying it for a hot minute. I like Drew Allar, junior from Penn State. I really think he's got the right skill set for the next level. The other thought process is that, as far as being Indiana Hoosier fans, the best part about this is that your athletic director made a slam dunk hire. And so, going forward, if they decide to move on from Woodson, I think they ought to put it in the hands of the AD like they should have done before. And I think that if they do make that change, I think they should be confident in who they bring in. Notre Dame's got a great opportunity here to extend the lead. They've got the ball at the 17. It is 29 degrees, feels like 18. Slight wind in South Bend, and it is a cold place to be. 1st and 10, ball's at the 17. Leonard's in the gun. There's a snap. They're going to go handoff, and he's going to go up the middle for about 4 yards. Pretty nice push. Has only had the ball for 57 seconds. Yep. And good to see you, Sports Cat. How are you doing? I love Damon Bailey. I enjoyed watching him play high school. Owl on the prowl. Something tells me that Notre Dame is going to find a way to screw this up. It'll be from the quarterback position or drop passes like that on that screenplay. The one thing Notre Dame can't do, speaking from that side of the coin, is the one thing they can't do is let this Indiana team build any momentum. This Indiana team needs to feel like they belong the whole time. And if Notre Dame can get up here and put 14 on them, that might not bode well for this Indiana team because they, like I said, they're not stacked with highly talented recruits. Pretty well coached, full of enthusiasm, but they need momentum. 3rd down and 6. Leonard's in the gun. This is one of those plays. Leonard's back to pass. He throws it. It's going to be short of the 1st down, but the wide receiver makes a nice move and runs it out to the 32 for a 1st down. He just didn't play him tight enough. So that gets Notre Dame another 1st down. They'll get to continue this drive. Just over a minute now, longest drive of the game, according to SportsCat. Leonard's going to be in the gun again. 1st and 10. Tight end in motion, comes set. There's the snap. It's going to hand it off. He's going to try to find a lane, and this time he's swallowed up. No gain. That was Price as the running back. Yeah, 3rd down. So they were not playing tight man on that play. And the lack of coverage, the being off a yard or two made it harder for him to close in and make a tackle before the wide receiver could make his move. He played it really well, just didn't get to the target in time when the ball was thrown. All right, there's going to be play action. Leonard's looking downfield. He's got pressure. He's going to check it down, and that is going to be short of the 1st down. And it looks like it's going to bring up another 3rd down and short, maybe about 3. That was Fisher on the stop there. And it will be 3rd and 2. Aiden Fisher, 1st team All Big Ten, is one of the reasons why they're in this game today. That D-line has been really good. 3rd and 2. They're lined up to run. They're going to go, and they're handed off, and that is going to be a 1st down as he barrels up the middle for about 5. Well, funny you should say that, Derby, because, that is actually a fact, is that Curtis Rourke is better on the short crossing routes and get some wide receiver screens in there to get him in rhythm. Those sideline back shoulder throws is not where you want to start with him. He needs to be going at that point. It's been a great year for Indiana regardless. That's why I'm not mad today. They're going to check it down to the tight end. That's a fumble or an incomplete. I'm not sure which. They're going to say it's a fumble. The Indiana sideline is screaming for it to be incomplete. Oh, I think that's an incomplete pass. Let's see. Yes. I think he never got it secured. I think that's incomplete. And they're talking about it now. That's got to be, I think that's an incomplete pass. But they're going to give him credit for fumble, a completion, then a fumble. Al, it was a good year for Indiana. Super proud of my team. Super proud of the university. Getting somebody in there as a motivator. You don't have to have all the talent when you got motivated players that listen. 2nd down and 2. Back to pass, looking down the field. Got time. Steps up. He checks it down, and that is caught. Throw was errant. Number 20 makes the grab, and that is a 1st down for Notre Dame as they continue this drive. Thank you, bots. We appreciate you stopping by the channel. That's the one thing. YouTube can shut you down in a heartbeat for doing something really bad. But there's a handoff again, and he's going to get 2 yards. Why are we choking? We are choking. I think the moment's really big. I don't think they found a way to get settled in just yet. But the thing is that they can't let this get above 10. They've got to hold to a field goal here or come back next drive with a touchdown. We cannot afford to be down multiple scores. 2nd and 8. Leonard's back. He's got pressure. He checks it down, and that is going to be a tackle broken, and he will get the first down. They had him pinned. The delayed blitz came, and Leonard did get the screen off. That looked like the intended play of the play. Yes, it was. The pressure changed it just a little bit, and he broke one tackle and got a first down. Yeah, Al, it's one of those things. It's kind of like the Ohio State game. After the floodgate opened at the end of the second quarter with the turnover and the touchdown, and they got behind, they didn't look the same the rest of the way. So I'm just going by that. And there is a false start going to be called. And the first flag against Notre Dame, I was wondering if they would be able to throw one against them today. Bott's putting in more work than the Dallas Cowboy playoff career. Yes, sir. Listen, when you see bots in a stream, that means you know that they're finding it. So that means that you've done something right. All right, it's going to be 1st and 15 now. They're going to try to make Notre Dame throw the ball here. Leonard's in the gun. Here we go. Comes pressure, and he is going to hand it off. And it's the same play that he ran for the touchdown. He's going to get the edge again. And that play works once again this time for about 15 yards, make it 20. Well, he's definitely going to get drafted somewhere, more than likely the Canadian Football League, but he does have the size, and if they feel he has the skill set, but he's not played well in these big games. I'm not going to hasn't played that great of football. There's the first down. They're going to try to run it again, and he will get about 2 yards. He's got to show something that makes him exceptional today. And that'll be the end of the first quarter. You know, if we would have started this season fundamental, and I was to tell you, back before week 1, and we were talking about Cignetti anyway. And if I was to tell you back around week 1 that we'd be playing in the college football playoff in Cignetti's first year, everybody would have said that we were crazy. And they would have said that there's no way that somebody making the step from JMU to the Big Ten is going to do that, especially in a program that's destined to lose. So there's nothing but promise here. And once they go through the portal this year and start building some in-state recruiting and start working this a little bit, I think the sky's the limit. I think with the increased budget that they're going to be able to compete with Ohio State and Michigan. Now, I'm not going to get into anything else, but being competitive is the first step, right? You got to be consistently competitive. Yeah. 131 rushing yards in the first quarter. All that did come off of one play. And fundamental, that's the same running play that they've ran three times 3 times. They've run that play 3 times for big gainers. Yeah, I think the play calling thus far, I think Rourke is playing a little nervous. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like he's ready to get the ball out of his hands. He doesn't want to get sacked, and he's throwing lasers. He's got to settle in. It's the coaching staff that's got to get him comfortable, and whoever said it earlier, drop a couple short crossing routes and screens, stuff like that he could easy completions, 3-4 yard gains to get him in rhythm. Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. That play was the first play they ran from scrimmage. So they ran that same running play 4 times in this game. They stopped it twice. I'm sorry, 5 times. And they stopped it twice, once for no gain, once for a 2-yard loss. And then the other 3 was 20 some yards, 97 and about 7. So that play's got to get cleaned up, because Notre Dame, if they see that that's going to work, they're going to go right there every time. The left tackle from Notre Dame did a really good job of clearing out a hole right there for the running back, and we'll continually watch that play, but I bet you they run off left tackle 10, 15 more times this game. Here we go. Back to pass. Pressure's coming. He has time. Fires it over the middle on a crossing route, and that's caught. And he will be short of the first down at the 7-yard line. They're going to run that play right here, fundamental. It's going to be, maybe 3rd down and 1. They may not run it here, but if they make it to first down here, they will probably run that play. As it looks like Indiana's going to go. They're going to crowd the box and go man on the wideouts. Here we go. 0, nobody in the backfield. So the quarterback's going to keep it on a draw, and he's going to break a tackle and get the first down. It'll be first down, goal to go from the 4. You're going to see that same play. I'm almost guaranteeing it right here. And I think this is a huge moment in this game for Indiana. They are going to have to make a stop. Getting a stop right here is momentum. Finding a way to get a stop, whether it be a turnover or just a field goal. First and goal. There is the handoff, and they did not run the same play, and it's blown up in the middle, and he's going to lose 1.5 yards. I'm telling you, they're going to go back to running that. 2nd down and goal. Moves the running back to his right. There's the handoff. No, he throws it to the end zone, and it's caught. Miscommunication on the crossing route there. They must have been playing some kind of zone, because the cornerback didn't go with him. Jaden Thomas gets the touchdown, and that makes Indiana in trouble. You're the man, Adam. I don't know what they think that really helps. I mean, honestly, but extra point is up, and it is good. So it's imperative at this point in time. Do tell, Adam. I agree. Fundamental. You got to put points on the board here. The next two drives, one for us and one for them, really determine whether or not we're going to be able to get in this game. Because I don't think going behind 3 scores is gives you any opportunity to win in the second half. Plus, Notre Dame gets the ball first in the third quarter because they won the toss. Proud, excited. The question is, and if this game goes awry, do you think that they pull him and put in Taven Jackson for the little bit more of a mobile guy to try to offset the balance of this game? Yeah, you saw it. You saw it in the Ohio State game. Rick says no. You saw it a little bit in the Ohio State game. He corralled it in the Michigan game. He had it under control in the Michigan game, but that game was not his best game either. I think, you know what, I don't know about pulling him, but you know what, I would send him in for a couple play calls, right? Just a couple plays, just to try to see if there's a chink in the armor somewhere with a more mobile quarterback. Because this defense is top notch, in my opinion. I feel like their defense is really good. Yeah, this drive here is going to say a lot. I mean, okay, guess what? You're in the second quarter. Everything that's been thrown at you, you haven't had your way. You have the red zone turnover, which might be the difference in this game at the end. Right now that's, the next play resulted in 7 points. So, that's where you stand. It could be a 7-7 game without that turnover. So keep that in mind. You're one or two plays away. This drive here is you've got to run some clock, and you've got to come away with points and prove you can run the ball. A punt here, they have zero fear at that point in Notre Dame, and they're going to come right at you. Bots don't care about you, Adam. They come back with full storm. He's going to fair catch it at the 7. Whoever controls the bot accounts, I hope they know I live in their walls. Indiana's last win at Notre Dame, 1898. Tells you how bad our football program has been. 1st and 10. Let's go. Hand off. No, and that's a keeper for Rourke. And they're going to run the quarterback draw, trying to find a little snippet on the outside. Now, see, that's a great play call for Taven Jackson. I don't know about Rourke on the quarterback draw. And I am not here to be critical. I'm a fan. I love this team. It is amazing to see them playing on this level. But, yeah, that was kind of strange. Trying to get his blood pumping. I see it. There you go. And they're going to go back to the run. Fires it over the middle, and that's a first down toss. And that's to Williams on the crossing route, like somebody suggested earlier, and that's a first down. And that is a quick throw. That is exactly what Rourke needs to get going. He's got to find a way to get him in some kind of rhythm in this game. Notre Dame has done a very nice job thus far. 1st and 10. Tight ends in motion. There's the snap. They're going to hand it off to Ellison. He's got a hole. He breaks it. He's at the 40, 45, 50. Down inside the 50, down to the 48. Nice run by Ellison. That will help. Colts did that with Andrew Luck. He wanted to take a hit first play to get going. Yeah, I don't recommend poor Andrew Luck after that, though. But I understand the process. 1st and 10. Notre Dame's looking like they're going to blitz. They are. They're going to pitch it out. And that is a face mask. Ellison's going to go down at the line of scrimmage. I think he grabbed his mask there, but nobody's saying it. Looks like Indiana's trying to get the ball on the outside a little bit here. Spread the field out just a little bit. This defense is phenomenal. They've been good all year. Back to pass. Fires it. And that's incomplete. As that was swatted down, I didn't even see it. Should have been holding right there on offense. He was right there on the hold. And yeah, I will. If I see penalties on either side, I'll scream them. 3rd and 10. I think this is a go on 4th down if they get anywhere near close. And they're going to go with the handoff, and that is going to lose yardage on 3rd and 10. That is very cowardly play calling right there. You have to throw the ball there, and that brings up 4th and 12. They run the same. That's the same play they had been running. And Notre Dame finally, that's the run play that Indiana had been using to catch up. There. Fourth and 11. There is the punt. It's another ugly shanked punt. And it goes out of bounds at the 20. I don't understand the running play there. Going conservative on 3rd and 10 there shows no faith in your offense. So I don't kind of understand that. It does not seem like Cignetti's MO. I don't think you're going to catch them off guard. They're thinking they're going to catch them off guard, but they're playing that run game. And the play calling on 3rd down has really got me confused. I mean, you know, if you're 3rd and 27 and you don't want to risk a turnover, that's one thing. But you're 3rd and 10 in positive territory, and all it takes is a 7-8 yard gain, and you got a really good shot at 4th down going for it. You're only costing yourself about 20 or 30 yards. And I think that's why they go conservative, because they think that they're going to get the yardage, but there's no ingenuity so far in this offense. Notre Dame seems to know what every play is going to be. You know what? Find the one-on-one receiver and throw the ball up and let him take a chance of getting a penalty or making a play. You got to do something different. Now Indiana has to have a stop. If they don't have a stop, we're going to have a long night. Yep, Justin. One more stop. One more here. I don't see that Michigan game was at home, and Michigan is full of good players, regardless of how well they played this year. They're full of good players. That tells me that they belong. When you beat team that's got 4 and 5 stars at every most positions, that says something. But they didn't look great in that game. They won it. Back to pass, Leonard looks. Now he's confident, and now he's going to hit the out route, and that's a first down. If they let him get into rhythm and get confident, we're going to be in for a long day. Yeah, exactly, Al. Well, I mean, I know that the 4th and 10 wouldn't have been ideal, or the 3rd and 10 running the ball, but 4th and 12, what the hell? They're going to try to run the right side. He's going to try to get the edge, and they finally cut off the edge, and that causes a loss of a yard there. Indiana has to stand up. They have to stand up and play defense, show that they can compete. If they do not, they will get blown out of here today. We're in do or die time. 2nd down and 11. Leonard's in the gun. He's got 2 wideouts to the left, 1 to the right. There's the snap. He's going to hand it. No, he does hand it off, trying to get to the left edge. And this time, it's blown up in the backfield. They finally got smart, and they're not letting him get that running play off. And Love loses 4 yards on that play. You got to get one more play and get a stop. Man, Love tried to hurdle a defender. He did hurdle him. He's lucky he didn't get hurt on that play, the way that he went and turned his body up in the air. 3rd and 16. I admire that the safeties aren't deeper for Indiana. They better not get burnt. Back to pass. They're going to check it down for the screen, and that's deflected and blocked. And Indiana gets a much-needed 3 and out, hanging on by the tips of our teeth. Come on, bots. Stop spamming. This defense for Indiana has been solid all year. You're not stopping every college team. There's the snap. The punt is away. He gets it away clean. It's a low-line drive, and that is going to be a short, nasty, ugly punt too, and it'll be touchdown at the 35. What is up with these punters? I hope that's a sign of settling in. Legs are cold and stiff. Fundamental, I don't know if you was in here right now or earlier, but I don't. I'm not a badger of. I don't talk a lot of negative about a lot of things. I just try to find the positive and go. But I think this season it should be an eye opener for the upper staff at the University of Indiana, and I think that Scott Dolson made a great hire here for Cignetti. And honestly, if things don't improve for the basketball department and they decide to go a different direction, I hope they let Dolson make the choice instead of Quinn Buckner. Highly emotional and hate everything. Bro, I try really hard not to be a hater. I mean, I will jack with Alex a little bit, and I am highly emotional. I do a lot to try to control that. Manny Diaz, future Indiana head coach. I just think that leash is so short on the University of Indiana, losing them recruits this year. And if they don't win this season and show promise of actual change, because the team looks the same as it has the last 3 years, talented enough, but not coached well enough to win, I don't think you survive with the under 20 wins this year as a coach. And the other thing is look at these kids that have left. CJ Gunn and Caleb Banks are having great seasons in their transfer. So is Tamar Bates at Missouri. Bro, it does hurt. Listen, I've been a Bengals fan, and we haven't seen we had a Super Bowl chance, but I was a Bengals fan through the worst of that team's franchise history. The mid to late 90s through the early 2000s, it was just god-awful football, but I watched every game. The 87 national championship team for these Hoosiers was probably my highlight of my life, honestly, as far as sports goes. Hang on a second. All right, here we go. We got to see something a little bit better. Hopefully they've got some play calling. They go to a max protect set. There's the snap. And there's a check down screen, and that is going to be blown up to cross. No gain, but at least they're trying some different stuff. $2015 national championship. Yeah, it's not that long ago. Honestly, if Davis would have won in 2001 for Indiana with that roster, that probably would have changed the whole dynamic. There is the handoff, and that is a janked up draw play, and Rourke looks confused. And Lawton looks like he wasn't even supposed to get the ball there. What was that? Got to throw the ball here. You got to make a play. You're 11-1. You put up countless points. You have got to make a play here. No time to be conservative. You've got to make a play. Find single coverage. And if you run a draw play, I might turn the game off. Back to pass. He picks up the blitz, has time, fires it over the middle, and it's caught at midfield. Surratt, your best receiver, sneaks in the middle of the zone and catches a line drive. Oops. And I seen Miss Ponscombe sneak in here and delete a message. Miss Kathy, I love you, dear. Nice to see you, even if you're just sneaking around. It's good to see your name. And I think they're going to call a flag on this play. I'm not sure what it was. Okay, that's going to be a defensive hold. Let's get a little bit of momentum going here because they have let them play very handsy on defense. And I don't know if that one was a penalty. That's not a penalty on number one. I'll tell you right now. That is a baited call. Back to pass, looking downfield, has time, Rourke lets it go, and that one comes out funny. I'm not sure if wrong route or just a bad throw. Cignetti looks very concerned on the sideline. Let it rip, young man. 2nd down and 10. It's got 2 wideouts to the left, and they're going to go play action over the middle, and that's caught for a 1st down. He breaks a tackle inside and goes down. I can't see the yard line, but that's a 15-yard gain for Price. Miles Price has been a very instrumental part. It's going to be down at about the 23, I believe. Checks it down to the tight outside to Price again. He breaks the tackle. He's going to get the edge and goes out of bounds after a 6-yard gain. Indiana goes a little hurry up here to keep Notre Dame kind of off balance, and Price gets 2 plays in a row, and he's headed to the sideline to get a little agua. Let's go. Notre Dame, they're making substitutions. They're looking like they're going to go back to the run on 1st and 10 here again. I'm sorry. I don't think it's 1st and 10. Guess so. It's not 1st and 10. It's 2nd down and short. And then they go back to the same running play that's going to get blown up. And that is going to make it, unless the lines on the field are wrong, it's going to make it 3rd down and about 4. Third and 5, excuse me. Huge play right here. You got to complete a pass. You got to move the pocket. You got to do something exceptional. You got one-on-one at the top, single safety in the middle of the field. Here we go. They're going to go, and that is a running play. Why on earth did you run the ball there on 3rd down and 5? That is a very chicken crap. Oh, my God. That is a very chicken call. IU's play calling is just stupid. It is, and they're going for it on 4th down here, and I'm very nervous about this because I know you need points, but you need points on points on the board. Don't take away a good drive here. Oh, it is too early in the game. No, they're not going for it. Please don't go for it here. Listen, it's a consolation prize, but you've got to show you can score in this game. That 0 keeps that defense motivated. Kick the field goal. Hey, it's good to see you, Jim. How are you doing, sir? And bots just keep on a coming today. Just keep on. Much love, Miss Kathy. How's the family? Are you all doing well? I don't get to see you much around, so I see you on Facebook a little bit. I wholeheartedly believe that they have to take the 3 points here. The defense has shown the ability to stop them. You kick the field goal. You go down here, you play defense, and try to get one more possession before the half. I think that's the right play. Yeah, well, that's what I said. I called it chicken crap because I try to refrain from using profanity, but that is not what you want. They're sitting on the draw play. So Notre Dame has been sitting on the run play ever since they ran it earlier. Thank you, Miss Kathy. You know I appreciate you. Handsome. Man, I don't get called handsome very often. Few and far between. but we love you for sure. Are you still throwing any magnets lately? I haven't seen. But at that point, they're sitting on that draw play, whether it be right or left, and just to go out like that on 3rd and 5, you should have run the check down play or at least, get out in space somewhere and not run into that defensive line that's really good. Notre Dame's defense is really good. You've got to earn it. Continually going to the well with the same play call is not what you want to do. And I think Cignetti's come to his senses, and he's going to kick the field goal here. He's going to put it back on his time trailing this season, 22-41. He's already been trailing 22-27 tonight. Yeah, I wouldn't go on 4th down here, but that was the wrong play call. Kick is up, and it is straight, and Indiana, with 3:26 to go in the second quarter, is finally on the board. What's up, Poncho? Good to see you, my friend. I like it. I see Poncho, and it's about that time of year to start playing them games again. That was a total momentum killer. No confidence at all to get converted. Listen, Derby, I know, but at the end of the day, that was the right choice on 4th down. I don't agree with the play call on 3rd down, but you've got to show that you can score. And now, if your defense can get you a second stop, maybe a 3 and out, you might have an opportunity to come back out with a little bit of confidence and moving the ball and take your shot. But if not, you're going to go down at halftime. They're going to get the ball to start the 3rd quarter. These next 5 minutes of playtime are the most important in this game. It is 14-3 with 3:26 to go. We'll just say the last 3 and the first 3. We'll just go that route for the second and 3rd quarter. This right here will determine the game. It's an 11-point lead right now. We'll check back when we've gone through the first drive of the second half, and we'll see where it's at. And I promise you. Also, any good folks in here that haven't said hello today, please stop in and smash that thumbs up for us. We definitely appreciate it. Alex and I do everything possible to grow a little bit. Hope to see you back in here on Sunday night for Sunday Night Football. And if it stays cold, I'll be in here tomorrow at noon for Indiana basketball. So, Adam, I went to Taco Bell the other day. It was late at night. I was hungry. I hadn't been to the grocery store. So I go and run to Taco Bell, and I go to order, and they tell me that they have no ground beef on property. No, I ordered my food. They said, you can't have that. We don't have any ground beef. No ground beef products. So I went home hungry. Yeah, that's what I said. We went to Arby's once and they had no roast beef. That was my wife. That was pretty funny too. Indiana's set to kick off. No ground beef at Taco Bell. Yeah, that's like everything they sell just about has ground beef. He's going to return it from 1 yard deep. Here comes the pressure, and he's going to get smacked down. He will be stopped at the 17-yard line. Probably the incorrect play by Notre Dame to go for or to bring that one out, but they do anyway. Do I have quick access to the In the Blood Instagram? I do. As soon as I can find it. Yeah, but I just, like I said, man, I go for the beef. I'm not going for chicken. All right, it is 1st and 10. Back to pass. Looking down the field. Leonard's got plenty of time. He rolls out. It looks like he's going to try to run. He's cut off, and he's going to get about a 3-yard gain. Bro, you look like a chef. There is the hand, and Leonard's going to be stopped. He's going to try to break out and run it. He's going to gain about a yard. It's going to bring up 3rd down as the D-line penetration's coming in a little bit better. Did you cook all that, Steve? And the bots are back. Steve got the bots. Good job, Steve. All right, it's 3rd down and 6. Indiana desperately needs to stop here. 5 on the play clock. They got Leonard confused, and they're going to let it hit the 2-minute warning. So far, this game has been primarily dominated by Notre Dame in most aspects. It just the untimely turnover and one mistake on defense, and has really cost Indiana this lead. Right now, technically, it could be 10-7 the other way. But that turnover in the red zone was costly. Huge, huge play. And trying to make him time that pattern on an intermediate crossing that was a little deeper than what he'd like and have to fire it into tight coverage was a mistake. You know, it's a shame that it's a shame that they can exist on this fine platform like YouTube. I wonder if it's the same type of bot accounts that they use for like the sub bots or the view bots that people use. What is that, Miss Alex? There you be. Yeah, I stopped by Alex's place today and went in there to see the puppies and the kitties and deal with that. And she's got a cat, and she accidentally put the cat's food up when she left today. didn't leave it down for him. And by the time I got there, they were rowdy. That Ego, the little orange one, decided that he was going to it was almost like he was trying to chew on my foot. Man, I'm telling you what, those cats they're demonic, I think. Something scares me about them. The bot is back. Let's go. All right, Notre Dame's got 3rd and 6. Indiana's playing awful deep off in coverage. Back to pass, looking. He's got time. He gets hit as he throws it, and that is caught. What a great play. And Alex, your other cat, just fell. He fell off the counter onto my trunk. And I'm not sure, but we're going to have a stoppage in play. As Leonard was hit, they're questioning whether the ball hit the ground or not. I think that's a catch. The ball does touch the ground, but I think he's got it secured even as it rolls over. I can't see it move. I'm going to look at that and say, I think that's a catch. I honestly do. And they're saying that it hit the ground, but of course that's what the defense is going to say. That prompted the review. But even though the ball touches the ground, it looks like it's under control. See, that's one of those instances where the ball touches the ground, but I think it's controlled. It didn't show anything that he didn't have control when he rolled over on it. So that was a big play for Indiana. They still got to get out of here, not letting them score. So this no quick first down. COD with friends, fitting to be a movie. First and 10. Leonard's in the gun, got a man in motion. Back to pass, looking down the field. He's got pressure. He jumps up. He's going to break the coverage, and he's going to get 6 or 7 yards on first down. You got to keep that hole blocked up. You can't let him run up the middle like that free. 1:22 to go. 2nd and 4. Trying to get him organized here, but it's really difficult. Looks like a cluster. Back to pass, looking down the field. He's got time. He's looking to run, and he cuts back, and he's going to run for the first down. And that is going to bring the clock down to 1:03, where somebody uses a timeout. Oh, it's a first down. Sorry. First down stops the clock. They go back into hurry up. Cignetti is visibly distraught at this point, probably at something with his defense. Back to pass, looking. Pressure comes. He gets hit, and that is picked up off the ground. What a nice play. And that'll be 2nd down and 2. Somebody's going to burn a timeout here. I'm not sure who that's going to be because I don't know why they stopped the clock. That's a very nice catch. This is the exact game you thought it would be. Yeah, I thought it would be ugly puppet. I really did. I felt like who made the biggest mistake would cost them. The red zone turnover was the biggest mistake. And then not covering a standard run play on the first play after the turnover cost them the first 7 points. And that's really the difference in the game. We have got to make a stop here. This has to end. This cannot end with them getting points. Even a field goal, I feel like we have to stop it right here. No points. 2nd down and 1. Indiana's got 4 rushers coming at the quarterback. Lets it go deep down the sideline. He's got a man, and it's incomplete. Goes for the bomb and misses on it there. That's the first real shot down the field that Riley Leonard's took, and I'm not impressed with his arm strength. Third down and 1. If it's me and I'm Notre Dame, I run for the first down here. But they may go to throw it. They're going to spread the field. I'm definitely sniffing a run play here. Tight end comes back to the line. I feel it. They're going to hand it off, and that's going to bust through for a first down, and he does not get tackled, and they are now in field goal range. First and 10, 29 seconds to go. They're in range at this point. Leonard's back to pass. He fires it at the ground. Brings up 2nd and 10. He's a running back. Well, he's done pretty well as a quarterback. 2nd and 10, back to pass. Here comes pressure. He gets hit. Oh, if it would have been a little bit more up in the air, it would have been picked, and he has to peel himself up off the ground. Big shot by Carpenter, I believe. That's what you got to do. You got to get in his grill and hit him. Make him think about it. 3rd down and 10. They are at the extent of their field goal range. Well, you have got to make them. You cannot let them get anything positive. Get up on the line. Go tight, blitz. Let's go. You're at the point where you're in desperation mode. You cannot let them score here. Indiana's got 5 at the line. They're going to rush 4. He's going to check it down. Comes up. You got to make the tackle. He does not make the tackle. He gets down to the 31-yard line, and that will prompt a timeout, and now they are definitely in field goal range. And Notre Dame does get the ball to start the second half. It'll be about a 48 yard attempt. Make that kicker who's been standing over there doing a whole lot of nothing the whole time come out there and make one. His field goals this season are 8 for 18, lowest percentage in FBS. Well, that's encouraging. Here we go. It's a 49-yard attempt. Man, if there's anything that would make me feel better right now, it is a block or a missed field goal. Let's go. It's cold. Kick is up. He hits it. It is going to be good. He sneaks it through. I know there's 7 seconds. I went ahead and pushed it to halftime. I mean, he was less than 50% from kicking field goals, and he was at the end of his range. I thought we had a pretty good shot there. About what I expected out of Notre Dame. Oh, I knew it was going to be rough, dude. I knew that we were the underdogs for a real reason, right? At the end of the day, listen, when you take a bunch of 2-star and 3-star athletes that have never played for anything and get them to play well enough, mind you, it wasn't the most difficult Big Ten schedule, but when you go to places like Michigan State and win, I don't believe that 0 chances. You're taking a tough game and you're turning into something that it really isn't. Defensively, we're comparable. Saying 0 chances. 0 chances like I don't know, I'm trying to pick something that's absolutely 0 chance. This game will probably end up a 7-point game at the end, is where we'll probably end up with it. Or it'll be a 7-15. They're fired up going into halftime, though. Yeah, there you go. SMU has probably very little chance of winning at Penn State. I don't want to. I see. You can't really speak. They've been a really good team this year, and you just don't know until you know. But Notre Dame's got the confidence. They've done everything. They haven't really made the critical error. The turnover happened at a bad time, but they've had every rebound that they need, creating a turnover of their own. It's just 1 or 2 plays at this point. JB, how are you doing, sir? The only other thing is that I kind of wish that the whole playoff would have been held at neutral sites. Giving a home game seems kind of fair. I ain't hit it. Only one. Don't do it. Let's see. Okay. CFP game streaming on NCAAHD.com. JB, I'm doing really good. I'm excited that my Indiana Hoosiers are playing in the college football playoff. They had an 11-1 season. They had with wins against teams like road wins at Michigan State, home win against Michigan. So inevitably, Derby, we're at the point where we talk about where the weaknesses are at, and the strength of this team for Indiana is on both sides. It's the lines. The line play has been really good for the most part. The D line's been really good. Once you get outside the D line, it gets a little sketchy at times, and the playmakers on offense are pretty good. Rourke has not been at his best in this game. But I think when you play a top 5 defense in the country, which is somewhere where Notre Dame is, that I think that they make your quarterback uncomfortable. And I don't think he was quite prepared for that when they played Ohio State, wasn't quite prepared for that when they played Michigan even. I think it's more talent on the other side of the ball than what he was used to seeing. And I think that proposes a problem. And I think a better schedule would have done him well. Oh, for sure. I am stoked. I am very stoked at the progress of this team. Like I said, when you're going up against teams, and I don't know how Notre Dame ranks in that, but Notre Dame is competitive with the SEC for recruiting, right? They are very competitive. They steal players. They steal players from wherever they want, and that's just how it works. It's one of those programs. Georgia, Alabama, Florida, those programs have that kind of capacity to do so. This Indiana team was just trying to figure out who they were this year, and to be where they're at, and they're only a couple plays out of this game. One bad throw and one bad defensive play is really the difference in this being a 10-7 game or a 10-10 game. It's the same with the Ohio State. Right before the halftime, they muffed the punt. Ohio State scores a touchdown. Then after halftime, the punt return gets brought back for a touchdown. That takes a 7-7 game and turns it to 21-7. It's little things that you got to clean up. And I think Cignetti's got a good roster that plays well, but I just don't know that they're a great roster because I think they've overachieved at some point. But like I said, the other thing is going to UCLA and winning. That was an accomplishment. We all was really proud of that when they went out there and won that game on the road, first time in the Big Ten. That was super huge. Winning at Northwestern. Yeah. It's a thing is that when somebody doesn't know how to stop you, like Purdue could not stop Indiana. Even Nebraska, which has a NFL style team. Matt Rule is an excellent college coach, and he's got a huge prospect. That quarterback, if he goes into the transfer portal, will probably be the highest sought after quarterback in the portal if he does go. That's that Raiola kid. That's a good win at home. That was a really good win. It's a well-coached team, but you're right. When you go in that RPO type of thing, you've got two really good running backs to kind of help you. It makes it easy when you run a balanced offense. But Ohio State, Michigan, and Notre Dame now have all teed off on that. Stat from Brent Coleman. But that the turnover and the 98-yard touchdown, the two mistakes in this game from Indiana are the two most crucial, and that's why we're not 10-10 right now. To be a little bit better, they've got the base set for next year. I believe they're going to be better. You're going to see a few of those guys go to the NFL this year because they've got some real talent on the defense and a couple pretty talented guys on offense that might sneak in there. So you might have a couple guys make the NFL this year, but next year it will be a telling year because I don't know how much stronger their schedule got, but they've got people coming in, so they should be a little bit better next year than this year. So we'll see. But I'll tell you what, they're not going to sneak up on nobody next year. Yeah, I'm super excited. I just saw the thing about Macaulay Culkin and the other day or today on the TV. You wish you could get excited for Indiana football? It's a process. I mean, I've been excited. I've been excited for half a season now. I've been fired up. Well, I was since the UCLA game when they went out and beat Western Illinois 77-3. I got fired up, and then that's when we started getting into this. And you know what? That win against Maryland was a good one too. The basketball team, it's like this. The basketball team is the most predictable team I've ever seen. They substitute, they play the same brand of basketball, and they hope that talent overcomes everything. And somewhere along the line, something has to be different. Sup, homie? BMF. How are you doing, sir? Oh, there's my favorite bots. Okay, Steve. Got the bots in a hurry that time. Brockton, I want to chat it up with you later. Did you make it to work on time today, sir? Also, thank you again for helping last night. Also, the win versus Washington this year was a pretty good win. Why would my stream be limited on monetization? What was the reason? Adam, it's going to be cold tomorrow, so I'm not going to be out metal detecting. So I will probably be in here tomorrow at noon. But I don't generally get bots in here for those. So if it's torture for you, you know. Did you get limited? Let me look and see. Hang on. Yeah, mine did get limited, and it doesn't say why. So I just sent the note in for that. Thanks for pointing that out, or I might not have seen it. Because that was one of my most viewed streams on that channel in a while. I hadn't had a chance to get over there and look. We should be getting close to the start of the third quarter. Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, get that fixed. Yeah, but back to at the end of the day, picking the daughter up. So you're on your way home, I guess. Yeah, bro. I don't like I said, I appreciate it. Every time you guys show up, I definitely appreciate the moderation because sometimes it gets a little out of hand on some of these with bots and stuff like that. Uh, Tomorrow should be a very quiet stream. I hope anyway. Well, I hope it's not actually. I hope it actually picks up. But can we get a stop on the start of the second half? Most critical stop of the game. Yes, we have to have a stop. I think that is huge. A stop and a score. I think we have to score our first possession, and we have to get a stop on theirs. I appreciate if you want to stop by, but if you don't, you're all good, bro. I appreciate you for being here today. We should be getting ready. It will be the most. If you can go out here and kick the ball off and get a 3 and out, it is definitely important. Yeah, Adam, here's the deal. The deal is that when I get done here today, I haven't said anything yet, but I'm going to be setting up I'm going to be setting up the game again. So that's coming really soon because it's getting to be that time of year where I can't get out on Saturday mornings as much. So I'm going to be setting up some stuff for gaming and getting ready to play again. I do got some new games. Hang on, that's one. Hold up. I just see one. Cut him a break. Okay, bot. You've been warned. Only one. Don't do it, Steve. Steve's like, holding. Let's give him a break. Listen, if the bot can learn, if the bot can show that he can learn, he can stay. Okay. You can post again, bot, at 9:55. 9:55. If you post it then, you're welcome to my peoples. Hey, Derby's got some creativity with his stuff. What's up, Mr. John Jansen? Welcome, sir. All right, he made it a minute. Listen, bot, I'm telling you, wait 2 minutes and post one again. Make sure you subscribe. But if you do hit the subscribe button, make sure you come back. Because empty subscribers are bad subscribers. If you don't want to watch, don't subscribe. If you don't think you're going to come back, unsubscribe. It's okay. We can take that. I would rather have I'd rather have 1,000 good subscribers than 20,000 bad ones. And I don't care how it looks. God, there's that run play. Somebody had a missed assignment there. Brockton. Where did it go? College football game streaming. That's a bot. The thing is that if you have SEO that ranks you in search, you will get bots. It's not a random number to pick. It's the minimum that you need for full monetization. Trying to figure out how to earn advertising dollars and try to find the right sponsorships for the channel has been the hard part. As far as view time and hours go, we have always done really well, even when we were just podcasting in the beginning. I know it was. Snowman in the house. Everybody, please check out Snowman Multimedia. Probably one of the more organized as far as looking sports channels on YouTube. Oh, there's two. You tested me, bot. Oh, there they go. All right. You waited 3 minutes, but then you spammed, so you're out of here. Did you see him that time, Brockton? Yeah. The random B chat shows. So look, there's got to be a master account. Oh, yeah, but you're right though. That the random B chat. Good catch, Adam. Hey, it's entertainment while we're at halftime, right? So listen, YouTube, in my opinion, uses their own bots. I think for people that pay for advertising on YouTube, like use your AdSense account money to pay for advertising, I think that is one of those things as well. That's why I think they have their own bots. David 3000 Network, hashtag Snowman Raid. Let's post it. Brian has Snowman in the morning. He is a complete advocate for college, women's college basketball, trying to help keep that as a promotable avenue for sports broadcasting on YouTube. I think Snowman is very intelligent in a lot of his takes. He is on here nonstop. Stop by, give him a like, give him a subscribe, show the man some love as he works really hard to put out a good product. I wish I didn't have to go to work all the time. If I didn't have to go to work all the time, I'd be here. What's up, Robert? Good to see you, dog. Little lackluster on this game so far today, but all hope is not gone yet. We're hoping for a stop on the first drive of the second half and a tutty. You and Pizzle doing 49ers Dolphins tomorrow? That ought to be fun. You know, I'm a 49er fan tomorrow, Snowman. Adams changed his name before. Pittsburgh has a basketball player named Papa. What's his last name, Robert? I like that kind of stuff. Papa Conte. That's a cool name. Listen, I was just going to be Shane, and then Alex made sure that I was Papa Blood. So that's how it worked out. That's what it is. That's what I am. And we are getting ready to kick off the third quarter as Notre Dame receives the first possession. Indiana set to kick off. Everything they've kicked today's looked ugly except for the one field goal. And this one is going to be fielded at the 5. He's going to return it. He's going to do the reverse, and he's going to try to get the edge. He does. He's got a lane, 35-40. He's on the run. He's still going, and he's taken down just across midfield as they run the reverse on the kickoff play, and they get a nice return out of it. I am whatever you want to call me, bro. And boy, most of the Indiana defenders bought. The one that was supposed to not move got beat, and that was number 8. And he just about made the tackle. So Notre Dame has got excellent field position. Crazy bot, type something stupid in there because you're gone. All right, it's 1st and 10. Indiana needs to stop in the worst way. And that's a play clock violation. That better be a flag. All right, there you go. 5-yard penalty to start the half. Not sure what they were discussing there, but they did not look ready to go on offense. That's what I want to see. I want to see quarterback hits. I want to see run plays blown up in the backfield, and I want to see hands up on passing plays. Let's make this guy uncomfortable. Back to pass, looking down the field. He's got time, steps up, checks it down to his man, and here comes the tackle, and he is going to get about 5 yards. Looks like it's going to be 2nd down and about 8 now. I'm sorry. Make that 7. Yeah, Robert, I was talking about that. The difference in that whole game was a botched punt attempt and a touchdown, and then a special teams run play for a touchdown, and we just about had the special teams. All right, there's the handoff. He's going to bust through the hole, and there's nowhere to go. He gets squashed. Looks like they may give him about a yard. It will be at minimum 3rd and 6. And here's the play. Indiana needs to get a stop right here. I'm telling you, Notre Dame might be in 4-down territory because they know how important this drive is. Let's get a stop here. Let's get an incomplete pass. 3rd down and 6. Got a tight end in motion. He comes and sets up on the left side of the line. The back moves to the left as well. Back to pass, looking down the field, looking left, fires it over the middle, and that is what a grab. Oh, it dropped it. Incomplete. 4th and 6. That is on the borderline of going for it here, and I don't know that they're going to do it. Riley Leonard throws a rifle, and in the only place that the receiver can catch it, but the ball just isn't caught, a little out in front. And they are going to punt. Notre Dame is not going to take the chance. So Indiana does get a stop here to start the 3rd quarter, which was imperative. Miles Price is set to be the punt returner. The kick is away, and it is in the middle of the field. He's going to fair catch it at the 12. There you go. 5th Down Sports says punt and play defense for the Notre Dame fans. Yes, sir. That is probably their goal. Notre Dame coach has no balls. I don't say that. I don't say I say that he's just doesn't want to make a mistake, because the microscope, if you're the coach at Notre Dame, on you is always on. Have faith in your defense, because that's what got you here for the most part, is that they have a very high-rated defense, and put them in a position of being pinned. Not many teams can go 82 yards or 88 yards for a score. Yeah, it felt like a long drive, and it was only about 2 minutes. For sure. Listen, when you're up 2 scores, you don't want to upset that balance. You don't want – look, a 3-and-out doesn't mean you're dead. A 3-and-out means that you do the right thing and punt the ball. Now, if Indiana can put together a drive here and then get another stop, then that's when you start having to think about it a little bit. But until they show signs that they can win, you don't have any reason to be overly aggressive. And if that would have been shorter than 4th and 6, I bet they would have went for it. Yeah, that the punt for Indiana against Ohio State changed the dynamic of the game. It was a 14-point swing, and it totally took them out of the game. So I think I mean, I think they're going to show. Heck, Kevin's mom showed up. They have got to show just diversity in play calling here. They've got to do something a little different. If they run it on 3rd and 5, I'm going to absolutely lose my mind. If you have to move the pocket, get outside the pocket and throw the ball. Yeah, that is possible too, Robert. They could have took a 5-yard penalty and tried to draw them off sides. I mean, I agree with that too. The good thing is that Cignetti has done wonders for Indiana, and it makes us relevant. We're watching Indiana football games in December. Under the old rules, it would have been on New Year's Day at some time probably, and that would have been awesome. 1st and 10. We need something this time. Back to pass. Looking, picks up the blitz, and he steps up, and he doesn't get rid of the ball. And we have got a Notre Dame player down holding his knee. I think you just saw one of the biggest problems with Rourke is that they picked up the blitz with the running back, but he didn't get the ball out of his hands. And that will take us to a timeout to deal with the injured player. He went down hard too there. I'm not sure what happened, holding his knee. Yeah, and that's just it. Notre Dame's defense is playing very well against this team. There's been very few bright spots on the offense for Indiana thus far. And that's another reason that you punt, because you know your defense is doing its job. Okay, that's 2 is more than 1. Oh, there they come. I only see the first 2 to begin with. I don't know. He's a big guy. He was like 6'5". He's a big dude. We'll see when we get back. I didn't know who it was. But everybody that started on that defensive line has been really good. So that's an 8-yard. And you can just, there you go. I would rather run the ball on 1st down and take a 1-yard loss as opposed to trying to throw it and take an 8. You got to get the ball out of your hand. I know he's a big dude, though. Absolutely 5th down. And to be honest, both of these teams' strength has been defense. Robert, see you, bro. Thank you for coming in. Good news is he's walking off the field. Bot coming in light. Is it going to change to more than 2? Go ahead and get that one banned. And let's go for 1 post, Bot. A singular post. We're not mad. One. You can have one message. Second down. This is a huge play here because now you're backed up to your own end zone. Rourke has not looked the part as a big-time quarterback, and that might be their biggest problem. All right, they got 25 on the play clock. And there is a offsides. That's offsides. Thank you for calling it. Ellison tries to get the edge. He does not. But the Notre Dame player has to be in the neutral zone as he reached across the line. That should be 5 back for Indiana. Watch as he comes across into the neutral zone at the time of the snap. There's the hand in the neutral zone. He moves forward. There's the snap. He's in the neutral zone. He's trying to call for a penalty, but they didn't see the movement that he's pointing out. That will change it back. It will now be 2nd down and 12, 13. There's a reverse play to get Price the ball on the outside. He cuts back. He's only going to get a gain of 2, but at least it was some ingenuity on offense there. Notre Dame has decided that they're going to take away the run. You're going to have to beat them with the pass, and you're going to have to protect your quarterback. 3rd and 11. If they call a running play here, it's going to bother me. Worst case scenario, you take a shot downfield. Indiana's got 3 wideouts lined to the right. They can't give up on the running game, but they've got to find the right time to do it. Rourke's back to pass. Here comes pressure, and he cannot escape it. He doesn't move well in the pocket, and he is going to be sacked. As Notre Dame should, they are in the blitz mode. He had no feeling of that coming as fast, and the tackle was just beat on that. I mean, he has got to get up in that pocket, but he knows it's coming. 4th down and 19. Indiana punts from the end zone. At least it looks like a better punt. Gets out to midfield, so they don't change field position, and that is going to be taken down. And Notre Dame will start in positive territory. So this Indiana defense, his back is against the wall, is really looking for a turnover to change the momentum in this game. Well, Steve, I think what's happened is I think they figured out what we can and can't do against them, and now they're just going to load the box and blitz. He's got to throw one down the sideline and make a connection here, or it's done. Indiana is desperate for a stop again. They're down 2 scores. Can't be down 3. There's the snap. There's the handoff. And like I told you earlier, the 3-point differential here is that between at halftime to that 3, the first possession of the second half is only 3. So they did not win that by much. But Indiana has got to get a turnover. Marcus Freeman got a 4-year contract extension from Notre Dame. Oh, that's good. I don't think we have it at this point. Back to pass, looking. He's going to roll out. He does the right thing, drops it down, and completes it. There's the one thing that Rourke hasn't done that he needs to do. That is going to be right at a 1st down, and that's going to get them in field goal range. Notre Dame looks like they very much were prepared for this game. 1st and 10. We need a turnover. They're going to hand it off up the middle. He's going to break it. He's going to get out for 8. We'll say 9 yards. All right, 2nd down and 1. Need some kind of play to bump them back a little bit. Let's get a sack here. As he's high snap, here comes pressure. He dumps it down. He does a very good job of getting the ball out when the pressure's coming. He sees it and dumps it off really fast. Really nice grab there by the – he's thrown a lot of balls super low today, and his guys have done a great job of coming up with the catches. High snap. There's the handoff. He's going to try to cut it back. Nowhere to go. He may get a yard. Yeah, that $9 million a season, that's a magic number. That's what they gave Cignetti when they extended him this year too. So here we go. Notre Dame's in the mode that they can just do what they want to do, and they're going to try to melt clock and keep moving the ball. So they're going to stick to the run game. Low, back to pass. He's going to step up, and this time he has nowhere to go and is going to be sacked. Carpenter, who laid the big hit on him earlier, gets off his blocker and comes in and brings down the QB, brings up 3rd down and long, was what Indiana really needed here. And that's going to make it 3rd down and about 14. And that is Riley Leonard's first sack of the game. You got to keep getting pressure on him, and you can't let him get outside the pocket here. Indiana's got 5 at the line. They rush 4. Here comes the blitz. He rolls out looking. He's trying to get the edge. He does. He's going to be hit. That's a sack. Oh, fudge! And the lineman can't slow down. And as he goes out of bounds, he hits him. And that is going to be a tack-on penalty. And it wasn't an intentional thing. Horrible. That probably ends the game for Indiana right there. And I don't know that that's the intent right there. He's diving. He's still in bounds when he hits him. He's just trying to stop forward progress. I know why they throw the flag. I get it. But that's – I hate that quarterbacks are protected above other players. There's the pitch. He's going to try to get the edge, and that's going to go down to the 5-yard line and 4-yard line, and that'll be 2nd down and 2. What's up, Nash? Good to see you, my dog. I really don't like how that play played out. Yeah, you don't put the game in the officials' hands. You're absolutely right. But Riley Leonard did something really smart there we'll talk about after this play. 2nd down and 2. They're going to hand it off. He's going to try to push the line. He's going to get blown up for a 2-yard loss. And what he did is that when he felt that defender, he knew to get out of bounds, right? Because he was going to hit him. And he knew he was going to hit him. So he beelined it for the out of bounds and made it look more egregious than it was. Because when he started his move going after him, only one. When he started making his move to go after him, he was still a yard in bounds and he darted straight to the outside. And he hit him right at the out of bounds line. It was a really smart play by Leonard. That's only one. Let's see if it sticks. Oh, never mind. Brockton got him. Back to pass, checks it down. And this is going to be blown up for a 5-yard loss. And he was down at the 10. It's going to bring up 4th down. So Indiana's defense holds to keep this within a certain range. Down right there. Down twice. The knee was down, and then the elbow was down, and the left knee was down. But he thought he could keep running. Notre Dame will have to settle for a field goal attempt here, which doesn't get the game over with, but it sure is definitely there. Wait, what the heck is this? What are they doing here? They're running some kind of trick play. And that's a turnover. Oh, my God. So Notre Dame is betting on their players. Did Indiana call timeout? What's the play here? Oh, so they get the stop. What is the play? What is the call here? So they get the timeout. Oh my gosh. I don't blame him for calling timeout there, but man, Notre Dame just gave away points. And the second I said that Marcus Freeman was doing a great job as a coach, he turns and makes an inevitable mistake. In a 2-score game, 4th down and 8, you always take the points. Yeah, but he should have never been out there lined up with a trick play like that. If you can make, because that's the difference in winning and losing. It's making the right decisions. Field goal attempt is ready. Kick is up and it is good, but there's a flag. And they're going to move him back 5 yards. Cignetti did not like how they were lined up on that trick play and runs down the sideline, makes the timeout call, and they actually played pretty good defense on that and stuck with the ball. 4th and 13, kick is up, and it is good. The player said that Freeman did that play on purpose to bait Cignetti into using a timeout. Does that speak to logic? Yeah, I agree. 5th down. Like I said, they haven't shown any ability to run the ball consistently because Notre Dame's taking it away. They go to pass it, and they're getting sacked because they're not getting it out fast enough. You've got to change something at the line of scrimmage. You've got to either get that defense to quit attacking you by finding a way to run the ball, but now you're at the point that you're down 3 scores. You've got to throw it. So it's 1,000%. I mean, it's as far as close as it can be. See, I don't agree, because that field goal there changes this from a 2-score to a 3-score game. And the rules of everything, that is huge. It's monumental. You're 4th down and 8, and you load up a trick play that your guys are going to go out there and willingly fail in a 2-score game. I don't buy that as being on purpose. You can say whatever you want. I don't buy that as being on purpose, and I don't blame Cignetti for calling timeout. Will that 3 points matter at the end of the day? Probably not. His snowman says, and that, folks, is your ball game. Yeah, if you can't move the ball on offense here, you're done. You've got to be able to move it, and they have everything you've done, they've teed off on. And Rourke just looks out of sort. I'm willing to take Taven Jackson at this point for just a change of pace. That 3 points will matter to DraftKings, sure enough. But just to say that was to get him to burn a timeout in a 2-score game, I don't buy that at all. Yeah, I agree, Derby. I think any thought of drafting him that might have been out there because of his frame and how well he's played this year is probably out the window, because his pocket awareness kind of sucks. But he's done a good job this year. This team was not meant to be where they're not meant to be here at this point. They've done a good job of just making it here. But that's just, taking steps. Back to pass, first down. They're going to go with the handoff, and he's going to get blown up and tackled outside the box. And that is back to the line of scrimmage. The look that they got not at all. On the fake field goal lineup, the weird formation, 2nd down and 11, you got to throw the ball. Back to pass. He's going to check it down. There's a positive gain. That's going to get him out close to first down range, be 3rd down and 3. Gator Bowl merch. Third down and 3. Got to throw it again. You got to pick up the blitz. Go to a max protect. Got a man tight end in motion, and he's going to stay in to protect, it looks like. Here comes the pressure. Fires it. Gets it out on time, and just overthrows a wide open receiver, and that's Cross on the crossing route. Yeah, that's it. They go for the home run ball there. They just ran that bubble screen just a second ago to get it close, and now they're it's one possession from just being a blowout at this point. And don't use a fake with this guy. Do they draw a penalty? They blew the play dead. Why? They bait him into a false start. Yeah, you're right. That's it. You've got to get the ball out quick and make the defense adjust. Right now, they're just lined up. And the receiver had beat the dude by 3 yards, but, it was, overthrown because he had pressure in his face. You got to give him kudos for getting it out, but you got to complete it as well. So from what I've seen today, though, Notre Dame does look like a better football team as a whole than maybe Ohio State. I think their defense is a touch better. We got 2:48 to go here in the third quarter. That's probably fair, Fifth Down. Top to bottom, they're probably a better team. Ohio State might have the better playmakers. I think they're pretty equal at quarterback. I think as far as not being dynamic, I think they're about equal. Yeah, Indiana's had a really solid defense this year, and they played fairly well today against. The defense has not done a bad job. There's no complimentary football, so I suspect Notre Dame will put up 10 to 14 points here in the fourth quarter. It sucks as an Indiana fan to not be able to win the game, but you know what? At least you're in the game. That's the point. I'm not saying it's a consolation prize. I'm just saying from the state of this program for the last 10 years, today is a bonus. It's an extra game that we wouldn't have got against probably undoubtedly the hottest team in the United States. Oh, yeah, you got to score more than 3. I don't know what the opening line is going to be for Notre Dame and Georgia, but with Georgia's having to go to their backup quarterback, I feel like Notre Dame had better be a pretty even score. All right. That's it. Back to pass. He's looking to take advantage. He throws it, and he's got a nice man on the 8-yard out. He will get a gain of 8. Exactly. And that was number 8. And that was the best punt by Indiana today, by the way. Special teams on this Hoosiers team has been probably their worst part of their team going forward. Quarterback was weaker than we thought. against a top-notch defense. There it is. We're going to try to run the ball, and that's going to be blown up, but he's going to get to the edge, but he's not going to. Oh, he does. He still breaks. 2 tackles did he break to get the first down. That was very bad on Indiana's tackling there. And they're running when they run to the left, they've had that issue. They check down, gets it to the tight end. Indiana's playing some kind of weird zone that I haven't seen them play much this year. You can't tackle that guy high. Just superior run by Love there. Jeremiah Love has been top-notch today. 2nd down and 1. Play action, looking down the field, checks it down to Love, and he breaks a tackle again. And they are down to the 35. We have to have a turnover. Something big, something game-changing, because this third quarter is coming to the end. There's not enough possessions left in this game to catch up. You got something drastic has to change, or this game's going this way. I'm not too confident, but you're right. It takes a turnover, and that is a very good defensive play by the defensive line there. And that's a 5-yard loss, and that will bring us to the beginning of the 4th quarter. It's a good-looking running back, and the fact that he can break tackles the way he does, he will be a next-level running back. No, you can't blame him for missing it, but there again, you watch him break 3 tackles in a row, and you definitely want to complain about it. You have to gang tackle that guy. He's just pretty damn strong. I agree, Derby. I think. Ooh. I'm gonna say no on first round, Steve. I think he's gonna be a 2nd round. I think he's gonna be a 2nd to 3rd round pick, because some of these other backs are definitely way more dynamic. He might be a steal in the 2nd or 3rd round, but I don't know that he's gonna go there. That's gonna be interesting. If I was them, I would not throw the ball until I had to. You'll figure out what you think for a year from now. Right now, I'm just going to say, as it stands, this feels like a heavy defensive draft to me. I'm going to say that he'll be a 2nd round pick somewhere. But I'm pretty sure that guys like Genty and Johnson from Iowa will probably go ahead of him. And then again, they may not. Notre Dame has done a superb job in this game, though. Oh, he's 2026. Is he what? Is he not? Is he not draft eligible this year? See, I thought I heard in the pregame. Maybe I was wrong. I got you. So he's not even coming out. Man, he really needs to transfer about 200 miles south. I feel like this draft coming up is a weak offensive draft, to be honest. 2nd down and 14. He's back to pass, quarterback draw, and they're just going to let him take a hit like that. But, hey, if you want to run him for 8, that's fine. Third down and 6. This is probably you're just going to go back to your meat and potatoes, and they've got 0 running backs in the backfield. Feels like a quarterback draw again. Fires it over the middle, and that what a throw. 5th down, you called it. A quick slant, and they're playing too deep. Oh my gosh, he really got lucky on that throw. It just about hit the Indiana player's helmet, and it was in front of it. That's a false start. Back to throw, and he throws it. It's either, well, it's not a false start, so they're going to call it offsides. Yeah, and I'm not, and I know we got a Cam Ward fan in here. I'm not a Cam Ward fan right yet. I see so many inconsistencies in Shedeur Sanders. I'm just not going to like him because it's Shedeur. I think this quarterback draft is fairly weak. Gabriel might be the best quarterback in the draft, and I don't think he can win a Super Bowl with his height. I just think it's going to be too hard for him at the next level. It won't stop somebody from drafting him. Back to pass again. I don't know why they're throwing the ball. He's looking for somebody deep. And he's flirting with that sideline, getting hit. Hey, there you go. Indiana's that's this year's schedule. I think you take the wins against at Northwestern, at Michigan State. Those are good wins. At home against Michigan, and at home against Nebraska. At UCLA is a good win too. They did a pretty good job on the road for being a 2-star team, basically. 2nd down and 5. There is he rolls out. He escapes, and there is why is that not a penalty? And that's going to go down as a sack. I like this. I love this running back. I love the fact that they need to just be feeding him the ball right now. Why are they letting their quarterback just keep taking a beating? I'm starting to lose respect for this coach because they keep calling his number to make him throw the ball, and there's no need to throw the ball. 3rd and 6. Back to passive. He turns it over and will say, I told you so. Keeps him in the pocket, and it's tipped, incomplete. No flag, and another field goal attempt coming in right here. This field goal kicker is less than 50%. He's 2 for 2 today. He's due to miss. And that is a botched field goal attempt, and somehow or another, Indiana comes up with the ball. I didn't see it. Was it a block or a miss? And just by the skin of their teeth, so I guess it's a block. Yeah, good job. I have bitched about Indiana special teams play to no end, but that keeps it at 17. It's still a 3-possession game, but I'm going to find something to take away from this game today. And honestly, I think it's from the defense on. Other than one bad play, this defense has been pretty spot on for Indiana today. He cannot, Derby, but I didn't quite see that. That'll be how it goes today. And I know he can't touch the center. That guy's off limits. I don't. Did they throw a flag or was there anything called on the play? Because I didn't see that either. I got you. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about anything being reviewed right now, so. I knew Indiana's defense was good enough to keep them in the game, but they had to score. Yeah, at this point, Notre Dame's just partying, so. But you know what? As a coach, you got to be on that stuff. You got to ride them officials. All right, here's the opportunity to make this game that's really a blowout look respectable. All the stuff that they done so well this year, they haven't done worth a crap today. Rourke stock as an NFL guy has gone down, and here they go, loading the box. They are going to tee off. 1st and 10. He's going to pitch it out to the side, try to get the edge, which Ellison does, and that's a 3-yard gain. But I know you can't abandon totally the run, but that might help a little bit loosen that defense up so you can throw. I'm sorry, Adam, but Michigan is a legit team too. Back to pass, looking down the field, fires it, and that's caught for a first down. Miles Price into positive territory. Sure they are. It's a team riddled with 5-star recruits. Are they really? Yeah, absolutely they are. We're going to get into that conversation again. Yeah, they are. They are a good team. They have better personnel than what we have. So, yes, they're a good team. 1st and 10, back to pass, looking down the field. Goes downfield, and that is broken up at the last second. Florida State, I don't think they played well this year, but they probably had good personnel on the team. See, the complaint, what we're objecting about is that I still think that the ACC is not as strong a conference as the Big Ten, regardless, top to bottom, no way. And at the same time, this team here isn't riddled with good recruits. It's riddled with 2- and 3-star at the best. Rourke rolls out, fires it incomplete, finally doesn't get sacked. Yeah, this team had $4 million in NIL last year, where the top teams all had about 20. It's basically a big difference. Dabo Swinney has the budget. I don't know what budget all the teams have, but I'm just telling you that this team right here is playing against a team that's got better personnel, top to bottom, and they're still competing. And nice screenplay blown up by number 34, and that is 4th down. I'm just saying, Dabo Swinney has always had good personnel. He has the right recruiting. The South is the place to go. In the Big Ten, every player that was any good is swept up by Michigan or Ohio State. And Michigan proved that they are a good enough team when they go into Ohio State and win a game that they're not supposed to win. I didn't say Duke was bad. I just don't think Duke would survive in this conference. It does count. I bitched last year that even though Florida State lost their quarterback, they should have been in the playoff. I mean, it's a matter of it's just the point that there is plenty of talent in the ACC. There's plenty of talent. It's just like this Indiana team, too inconsistent. But Dabo Swinney puts people in the NFL. His program does look for that. It's got reputation. Listen, if you know what you're recruiting, once you get a style of play in, the transfer portal is if you're down to it's supposed to be if you're down to a dire need. Some teams are using it to build a roster. Yeah. There's plenty of talent, but a lot more inconsistency. You have 2 teams in the playoff Do you have a team in the final game? I mean, that's the question. Do you have anybody that's going to make any kind of positive play? I don't know. I haven't watched enough ACC this year to know. Who does Clemson play? They're in that 5-12 game, aren't they? They're the 12 seed. Clemson's probably – they play Texas. They're probably gone. That's fact. Indiana's going to punt it away. I think Penn State's got an NFL-ready quarterback. Damn, that's a cheap draw right there. They're punting because they're not being able to move the ball on offense. That's why. How do you know he won't succeed? You don't know that. He's not going to the draft this year either, I'm told. So, but I think he's the most NFL-ready quarterback in the Big Ten. Because they're going to rely. They're at that point where it's if they make a mistake, it's 27. If they play defense, they're only going to lose this game by 17, 14, 10, something like that. They feel like they're still in it. Their defense can do. Checks it down. That's a great play on the secondary move by number 6. It's because the game's over, Derby. I think they're conceding. They're just going to try to play defense. They have not found any kind of consistency on offense. But you do. Yeah, I have no idea what they're pulling out of the portal, what the recruiting looks like. But you got to say, I know that you've been a negative Nancy, but there is only one 4-star player on this team this year, and 30 players came out of the transfer portal to go 11-1, and watch this, the best conference in America this year. I mean, you can make the argument for the SEC, but it's the schedule that they was given. Cough, cough. I don't think many teams go on the road. Not many teams go on the road to Michigan State and play well. They don't go to Northwestern and play well because those teams play solid defense for the most part. And they went on the road and played the schedule that they had. Michigan State is ass, but they got a pretty decent quarterback. They're pretty well coached. And just because they had a bad year and then going to UCLA for the first time, which is full of 5 stars, I'm just going by the players that are on these teams. They were all supposed to beat us. Every single team was supposed to beat us. UCLA, Michigan State, Northwestern. Leonard rolls out. He's got a lane. He's going to run out of bounds. All those teams were supposed to play better than us, and we still managed an 11-1 season. Do all the hammering you want. There's a reason The defense. But see, this team gave the committee no choice but to include them because they went to Michigan State and put up 41. They beat a very, I mean, it's just what it is. Are they going to sneak up on teams next year? Absolutely not. We're going to find out what additional they have, but to say that they didn't belong in this game is wrong. Beating Michigan, that's almost like beating this Notre Dame team. It was a stretch. Even though they had a bad season, full of good players. And probably will be back next year. Leonard escapes, throws it deep downfield. He's got a wide open man he's right at the goal line. Oh, they're absolutely near the same. Down before he goes down. This will be another tutty. So when you take these kids and put them on a team, they're obviously a good team. They went on the road and beat a college playoff team that was right there on the cusp of a number 1 seed. You're telling me that's not a good team because you go in and you punk a team that's probably on the verge of being in the Big Ten championship. You're saying that's not a good team? It's a team that's full of 5-star recruits that had all the potential in the world, that was probably picked to be a top 10 team at the beginning of the year. Okay, I'll buy that. You just can't say that until proven otherwise. Yeah, their loss is to Ohio State. Exactly. It's just a point to argue. But this team is not built to win a national championship. But it's truly to even be in the game. Like I said, did we have hopes of winning? Absolutely. If they would have, like I said, you just take those 2 plays. I mean, and I know you can't take away plays, but just a bad interception and then a bad defensive line play is the complete difference in this game for the most part. It should be a 7-point game. Notre Dame's a very good team, but Michigan could easily be that same team. And Michigan will probably – that defense is going to make Jalen Milroe probably look pretty bad in that bowl game because I think that's who they drew or who they play. And if they go in there and win that game, are they still a bad team? I don't know. I like to argue. Fair enough. You're still talking about 2 teams with a couple different bounces of the ball are in this playoff. Michigan a little bit more of a little bit more out because I can't remember who they screwed up against, but pretty close. There's no way that Georgia will be a 9.5 point favorite over Notre Dame. If they are, I'm taking Notre Dame in the points. Hands down. And I will be looking at that line right after the game. I want to see something. I argue with everybody, dude. But see, I would give Adam's argument way more credit, except for he can't get past certain things. And it's always justifying about one thing. And there he's going to, Riley Leonard's going to pull it back in and run in for a touchdown. And that will seal the deal. Arguing with Adam is just like arguing with Adam is like arguing with some of the other, a few of the people that we got in here. It's completely, yeah. I don't argue with people. I just ask them to tell me why they're wrong. It's fun. And I love Adam to death. Steve, have a great night, dude. And sports were supposed to argue and drink a beer. Listen, I brought my drink down today, and I didn't even get into it. If there weren't arguments, it wouldn't be fun. It's just basically what it's coming down to is that I'm stating that my statement is that the Big Ten is better than the ACC, and that's where our whole argument in lies. And that's the beginning and the end of it. His Duke team played very well in that conference this year, but really didn't get much consideration. And that's it. That's what our argument it's always about. Fundamental says, I guess I won $100 on IU winning more than 3 games this year. I guess that's something fun. Fun year. Yeah, it is a fun year. Look, let's not take it away anything from what this team did, because even though comparatively speaking, a lot of that schedule was, at the end of the day, not a great schedule to play. It's still a Big Ten schedule, and you have to play the schedule you're given. So, and dropping 40 on a lot of these teams, and like I'm going to make the point, dropping 40 on Northwestern, that's a hip drop tackle right there. He just effed him up. The game is already over, I think, at this point, Derby. I don't think that's why that punt's going to matter much. I know you're right there in that same conversation. And watch this, Adam. We reverse the role, and say Duke has a home win against Clemson. Duke has a home win against Clemson, and they're an 11-1 team, but they didn't play. They didn't play. I don't know, SMU, or they didn't play anybody else. And you're 11-1. You would have been in the exact same position that we were in this year, no questions asked, regardless, because you played it, because you would have that would have won your conference, and B, you would have, regardless, you would have been in the exact same position as this team. So it's not much different. It's having one loss and a Division I FBS school. It would be the same. It would be the same result. If Duke was 11-1, they would be in this game today. Yeah. I don't know. Adam knows a lot about Tyler Cherry, too. I don't know that much about him. Curtis Rourke is married? Dude. I would not be married if I was a college quarterback. No way. Well, the Pac-12 was absolutely falling apart. So I don't like the Big Ten having 20 teams in it. I think that's horrible. Yep, you're right. Tyler Cherry is the highest rated quarterback the school has landed. And all of a sudden, when there's nothing left to play for, they figure out a way to move the ball. Shoot, I didn't even put the points up, man. I'm horrible. Having fun arguing with Adam. Rourke's finally going to let one go deep. And that has got to be a penalty. They've been on that all day. Yeah, fifth down. I think there's got to be some, because the Big Ten went away from divisions like the SEC. I don't know what the proper answer is for that, obviously. There's the slant to Price. Sorry. Got basketball on my brain. If anybody does want to be here, I may be here tomorrow at noon. There goes Tyson Lawton on the outside, has nowhere to go. The contain for this Notre Dame team is really good. They are really effing good. That guy deserves a raise right there. The DC. That'll bring us to the 2-minute warning. Of course, that is the next statement. They better not get blown out by Georgia. Listen, I'm going to check that line as soon as it pops up. and a 5th down is correct, and that's 9.5 points, I'm taking it. So I've been saving it for the end when this day comes. So here we go. I guess it's better just to have this conversation now, get it out of the way, and we will shut her down here at the end of the game. But I want to congratulate Scott Dolson for the hire of Curt Cignetti. I think it's been filled with a little bit of arrogance, but created a narrative that this team needed to win some games. Kudos on beating Michigan at home. That is an accomplishment. Don't give it crap who you think they are or who they aren't. Good wins at Michigan State, at Northwestern. Good win against UCLA on the road, winning your road games. That's important. The loss at Ohio State was unfortunate. Same as this one. A couple of plays really changed the dynamic of it. Special teams was a big hurt there. But I know in my heart that this team will be a better team next year. And to end the season ranked in the top 10 is probably the best accomplishment that we could have hoped for. We overachieved with a bunch of 2 and 3 star recruits. Washington was a good win too, because that's still a good team too. I don't care. You're right. There's 5 or 6 good wins on that schedule. And in the grand scheme of things, they may not be great wins, but they're still good wins. And I will take it. See, that's I thought we were going to be close to that 5th down. Notre Dame favored by 1.5. I'm going to watch that one a little bit. All in all, pretty proud. People can say what they want. I love the kid that's backing him up, though. I'll probably be here, Adam. I don't got anything else to do, so I will probably be here. If there's I might even hang out longer, but I'm going to bounce between here and sports, or here and gaming at some point. I got a couple games to play that I want to, and I got to get that thing rolling again. Alex said I had to. Rourke's back to pass, going to let it go. And what nice defense right there at the end. Third down and 9. Back to pass, looking downfield, hits the slant to Surratt, and that is going to go for a 1st down and then some. And that is the play calls that they should have been calling the whole game. Those are the appropriate play calls. Felt bigger heartbreaks, no biggie. Yeah. I agree. We'll see this one here to the end. 1:35 to go. Congratulations. I will be rooting for Notre Dame over Georgia for sure. There's some good – the defensive line play on that Georgia team is pretty good. Question is will they be able to run the ball? It gets it out to Price. Price is going to get it in for a touchdown. Be glad to put up a 7 here, or 6. I got a problem with Mbako, dude. I'm not sure what it is, but good job by getting the ball in the end zone like that. That's a tutty. Mbako, them guys, they've got to work on that conditioning for that team. That team has got plenty of playmakers, star power to be competitive with anybody. Their conditioning absolutely effing blows. They are not in shape. The bench, he doesn't go deep enough on that bench. And I'm sad to hear that Gabe Cupps and Ja'Kai Newton both out with season-ending injury. That breaks my heart. But they've got to play 40 minutes of basketball. Until they can do that, they're going to lose a lot of games. Going for two, fires it to the end zone, and Surratt catches it for a 2-point conversion. That's your gut? I don't know. Gabe Cupps feels like he's going to be a 4-year guy. Ja'Kai Newton came here for a reason. But his health, has just been the detriment. That knee, Ja'Kai Newton might be one of the best players on that roster, pound for pound. But we'll see. They may both transfer, yeah. There's the onside kick, and it's up in the air, and it is recovered by Indiana. What a nice bounce on the onside kick. What's up, Willie? Congratulations, Irish. Yeah, fifth down. Incredible. It's an incredible turnaround based on this roster. They've overachieved. And whatever the case may be, whatever happens at the end of this season, they did a great job. They're still down 16 points. They got to score quick and get 2 and get the ball back again. But that onside kick was a beauty. We'll take that. Let's see if they add some points here. Rourke finally has got on his horse and rolled out a little bit, but just doesn't have the athleticism to escape. Chance is pretty much gone here in just a second. Indiana will take a timeout. I don't know. Fundamental in my heart, I really believe that this is probably, watch how this season goes. This is probably the end of this little era. I don't think, I see a lot of people out there putting out content that really shows complete, shows a lot of negative about the university and Quinn Buckner and talking about this, this roster. I feel like something's gonna give this year, whether it be moving Calbert Chaney and Quinn Buckner out. I don't know. If they don't perform to a 20-win season this year, I feel like the whole thing is going to change anyway. And with the conversation, we're talking about 2 guys that are bench players. We probably won't be having it because there won't be any guys there. Blasphemy, Willie. blasphemy. That second half, you guys got kind of momentum switched. Surratt's got it. He's going to go down at the 45. But that play on the free kick was cool. But I think that's the play that might have broke your team. And honestly, I really hope you guys lose out just so I got a chance to be in the playoffs because I'm a Bengals fan. I love your coach. I like Bo Nix. I love your defense. But definitely not hoping that you beat my Bengals next week. Also, how is it going, Willie? You doing okay? I can't hear what they're talking about. I don't know why they're letting this drag on. Adam, thank you, bro. And I love discussing this stuff with you. I hope you understand that. It is fun. You're a Jamar Chase fan? I am kind of. I like Jamar Chase's ability. I just wish he would learn to shut his mouth like A.J. Green. I wish he was more like A.J. Green. Yeah, I do play a little bit of devil's advocate against you sometimes, bro, because I know your perspective. I'm just saying, I do enjoy it. It's fun because most people, there's some other people that I get a little angry over, and I will fight with them till the end of the time, but still. So listen, my fantasy team sucks, Willie, and I'm in the semifinals right now against the number 1 seed, and I'm at about a 48% chance of winning this week, and I've got an ass team. I don't got a worthy number 1 receiver. Only thing I got a worthy number 1 of is quarterback. I don't have a worthy number 1 receiver. I have a decent number 1 running back that struggled. And then everybody else is 2s and 3s all the way down. I think I have a couple really good tight ends, though. But they haven't performed great. I've got a lot of good tight ends, but anyway. But I've got a chance to beat my number 1 seed this week. And the guy I beat, I wasn't supposed to beat in the first round. So I wish they would not review this play. Let's go. Just give him the damn first down. Although I do think it's short. So you're telling me there's a chance. I love that statement, bro. It's going to be 4th down in inches. I think going down and breaking down this game today, Curtis Rourke's athleticism was a really big negative for this team. And I do not like this set for 4th and 1. Oh my gosh, I don't like it. I would just assume turn the ball over here on downs and let them kneel it out. But you're telling me there's a chance. And he gets the first down. Use your timeout. They get the first down. They're going to reset it quickly. And they're going to get it to the tight end, who's going to get about a 6-yard, 7-yard gain, goes out of bounds at 30. They got to score quickly. Rourke's back to pass, looking, steps up in the pocket. Oh, my God, he escaped. And gets the first down. And he slams the ball down to stop the clock. Should have just ran a play, but I love that. So you're telling me there's a chance. Everybody that's still in the chat, be sure you check out the description. I think Alex's gaming channel, my gaming channel, those are in there, as we will be on those a little bit more now as the football season comes to a close. Look for us there if you like hanging out. 2nd down and 10. Back to pass. Fires it to the outside. And that is caught. That's a touchdown. And that is the throw that they have not made all day until the end of the game. Omar Cooper Jr., 23-yard touchdown. And they're going to line up for 2 again. Notre Dame did not change their defense. They did not go into a prevent. They finally loosened up on their play calling on offense, and now they're moving the ball. Once the pressure lifted to the point where they knew they couldn't win the game, they loosen up and start playing football. 27-17, looking, fires it to the end zone. It's tipped up, incomplete. Excellent defensive play by number 1 there to get a finger on that ball, just enough to divert it away. All right, they're going to try the same play again. Oh, and it comes up the same high bounce, but this time Notre Dame recovers it. If they would have been looking at the ball, they could have got it. Cignetti knows it too. He got the same bounce. That will conclude today's broadcast, y'all. Thank you all very, 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 very much for hanging with me. I definitely appreciate it. We did a great job today of inviting the bots in. gives it the best outcome possible. That tells me that I did my job as far as setting up the stream. You guys hung out. Everything worked out to a positive. They're going to take a knee, and I don't think Indiana's going to call their last time out. They will not. Notre Dame gets the win in the first CFP round game, and that will be a 27-17 W. Congratulations to the Fighting Irish, who will go to play in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day against Georgia. And the 12 win ties the school record. They go play the number 2 seed, who will be without their starting quarterback, but that defensive line is a monster. We'll see how well they do there. Everybody that's in here today, much love and appreciation. Everybody that modded today and helped out with Battle, excellent. Anybody that's an Indiana fan that hung out today, 11-2 in a 10th ranked season is a win for us. Do not hang your head. It's only going to improve. We may not be in this exact location next year, but we will have a better roster and a better opportunity. To everybody else, Notre Dame fans, congrats. Everybody else that hung out today, much love. I hope to see you back. I will be in here tomorrow at noon for some basketball. If anybody wants to hang out with me for that, that's a much shorter stream, about 2 hours, and I go through the play-by-play. I appreciate anybody that shares this content out and hits the subscribe button, ring the bell, come in here and be a part of a community. Much love. And I will see you guys on the next one. Good job, IU.